and more complicated objects we call the toString method of. You can see that the Earth object just says instance of planetary body. This is the default toString result, but let's change that to something that's a little bit more descriptive. We'll navigate to the planetary body class and add a toString method. If we save and rerun the application, we can see that we hit the same breakpoint, but the value for Earth that's displayed is now the new toString method. And notice that we were able to get the result of the code change without having to restart Dartium. Another way to inspect local variables is by hovering over them. So we can hover over the Earth variable, and it calls the toString method on it. And we can hover over the this variable, and it'll call the default toString of the solar system class. What's nice about this is that you can see the values of the variables without having to lose context or try to locate them in the variables view. Now let's show some stepping. Let's set a breakpoint in the draw method and resume execution. We hit the breakpoint and we can see the values of the local variables. But more importantly, we can also trace the execution of the application. So let's step into the draw background call and step over a few times and step out. If we step into the draw planets call, we can see something interesting. If we step in again, you'd expect to step into the sun draw method, but we actually step into the width getter. This is because what looks like a property axis is really an invocation of a getter. The debugger also supports resuming execution and terminating the process. While Dart's primary focus is on the web, we also support command line applications. In order to show this off, we'll open one of the examples that ships with the editor. If you go to the Tools Welcome Page menu item, you can see that we have a time server example. This is a simple HTTP server that responds with the current date and time. We can click on it in order to open the application, and then click on the Run button to run it. For command line applications, just like in Dartium launches, the process output shows up in the console view at the bottom of the editor. From this view, you can clear the process output and can choose to terminate the application. Let's run it again and verify that the web server is in fact running. So let's copy this URL, paste it into Chrome, and we see that we get a response back from the web server. And if we go back to the console output, we can see that we got several requests for resources. Diving into the source, we can see that the application imports the Dart.io library. This is the main library for command line applications. It supports file and networking operations, process management functions, and other operations useful in a command line non-browser environment. Again, in order to find out more info about this library, you can hyperlink into it and explore the implementation, or get more documentation online using the API reference. Thank you for watching this tour of the Dart editor. To get more information about Dart, please visit dartline.org, and to download the editor, visit dartline.org/editor. Thanks again.